I am live. I hope y'all can see. So this is gonna be a bit of a longer video. Where do I want to go? Want to go this way? Go there? Because I'm gonna take my time. Do this reading as if uh, I'm doing it for myself. And normally I take my time. Um, so if you got time, cuz to watch the whole thing, I suggest what's my lighter? Oh, my lighter's over there. Hold on, y'all. See, this is why it's gonna be long because I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I hope y'all are having a great start to your rising. I just posted on TikTok that I'm live, so hopefully y'all are on, and some of you guys can hop on and get in here. So I got my coffee ready and everything. So normally for my readings, I meditate for a bit and I kind of sit with myself and you guys know I always ask spirit to bring in the energy, to bring in any message that I need to hear at this time. So I light my incense, of course, because I just want to show you guys how I start. So incense is lit. Sometimes I'll light some sage just to clear any negative energy. Of course, I have my bell here, and then I gather all of my cards that I need. So, and I just asked them to show me what cards I need for right now at this time. So I definitely want to use these because I feel like you guys are mini readers and you guys know how to read off of these this certain deck. So I definitely want to use those and these too. I want to get a love message. It's not a love reading, but a love message for you guys. Just to open up your hearts. And I feel like right now I want to concentrate. Like I don't want to, of course, I want to see what challenges will arise as far as a collective in April, but I'm trying to lean it more towards what will come in for us. What opportunities do we have for us? And how to be, right? What energy we should be in at this time. And of course, always in gratitude. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. I just posted a video on TikTok, so I wanted to make sure that it posted correctly. Um, this me, y'all. I'm telling you, from my phone to my laptop to making sure that um, I'm just accessible in that way. My rising starts off very steady, right? In gratitude. And then I have to sit at this desk and be like, okay, what's next? What's first? What am I going to start with first? And I knew for sure because I had Miss Jessica ask me if I was going to post an energy read. I wanted to do a full month. So we're going to do, like I said, this is going to be long. I wanted to post a full month for you guys. Um, just waking up the cards, waking up the energy. And so I wanted to make sure that I did my stuff. I have my list here. So I'll be working on the spiritual 101 slides. And then I'm also redoing my website. So my website will have all of the coaching stuff on there, all of my tarot stuff on there. Everything will be in one, okay? Because right now I'm using Calendly, I'm using LinkedIn, Linktree, I'm using all of these things. And I was like, I need everything to be in one area. Not only does it work out, financially, but it also gives me a chance to, or it gives you guys a chance to see everything all at one time. So all the events, all the workshops, everything will be on there. Okay. Sorry. They're like, we don't want to wake up. They're not used to being up this early. Ah! I turned around and looked at the thing and it said 444. I love that. All right. So it's my spirit guides, ancestors, it's my higher self. Give us clarity at this time, clarity in this reading for April 2025, anything that we need to know, anything that we need to be aware of at this time, any challenges that we'll experience as a collective. So we always want to, of course, come in gratitude and then just let them know what it is that we want, right? Um, Charging up the energy of the cards, letting them know what the expectations are. Guys, I know I'm about to I'm telling you, I'm doing the reading as if I'm doing it for myself. So it's about to get real right now. You're going to be hearing some cards flapping and doing it's going to be a little loud, but I make sure that I energize all the cards. I didn't do readings yesterday, so I want to make sure that they are still in my energy, that we will get, the clarity that we need at this time. So y'all got to wake up. I hope some of you guys come in here while I'm doing this reading. If not, that's fine too. You can always just watch it and tell me if it resonated. Ask any questions that you might have. Don't forget to sign up for Spirituality 101, you guys. It's going to be a great conversation. I don't, like I said, I don't like to be like, oh, this, a teacher. I've been in different webinars and stuff like that. I just like to be conversational. You guys know me. Like, I like to be authentically myself, and I pulled that in to where I'm not like, hey guys, so today we are girl, look, this is what we're gonna do today. This is what it's gonna be. Okay, so sit back, relax, shoulders down, shoulders back. Also, you guys, as you watch this video, you can comment like as if you're talking to me, and I'll see the messages afterwards. So anything that you want to say, if you agree with it while I'm speaking, when you're watching this, cool. I'll see it. See, this is I told you I wanted to show you like exactly what I come here to do. So this is the final deck that we are shuffling and energizing, spirit. So, and then they can come in with a message for us. So I'll try to hold up the cards for you guys so you can see them. You know I like to teach you too. Let me see something. Yes, perfect. Okay. Ooh, y'all. Y'all know I'm not usually up this early, right? 7 my time. Normally, I'm not up until like 9, 10, 11 o'clock. But me and Babe went to bed early last night, so here we are. All right, here we go, guys. So this is for the month of April 2025, Spirit. If you can give us this week's energy and the full month's energy, bringing in anything that we need to be aware of, bringing in as far as how we are supposed to move this month, right? So any opportunities that are coming in for us, anything that we need to know, I feel it already. I feel it in the back. Anything that we need to know for the month of April, an expectation, how we can show up as the best version of ourselves. We need all of this information at this time. So we are opening this reading up in gratitude, and we honor just this energy right now. So if you can give us some insights on how to lead with love this month. How should we lead with love this month? How should we lead with love this month? There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave approval. Interesting. I'll try to show the cards to you guys. There isn't a soul on this planet who doesn't crave approval. I think that's so true. Like we want to be acknowledged and we want to be validated. Like we want, even though the best thing to do is get approval from yourself, your intuition, your spirits. It's a human thing where we are wanting to be seen, you know? So that's interesting. Next, we have if they once loved you, they still do. If they once loved you, they still do. I agree with that, man. Like, I feel like some people when you truly love someone, when you truly, 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 absolutely love someone, there's no way that that love breaks away. There's no way that it's just like, nah, I'm gonna stop loving you today. If you truly, truly love someone, that love will always be there. It always stays there, no matter if you're together or not. We have I heart you. I heart you. So, of course, these are my love cards. This is a beautiful message. So, we're going to start with this first one. There isn't a soul on this planet who doesn't crave approval. The only difference between a friend and a foe is that you've decided where love can grow. Mm. The only difference between a friend and a foe, y'all, is that you you've decided where love can grow. And I love this whole message here. It's not only honoring the love that we have for other people, but understanding that, again, if someone really loves you, they love you wholeheartedly, and you love them wholeheartedly, it's your choice and you decide. It's their choice and they decide. I love this. Let me stop there. 11:11. As soon as I looked up at the thing, if they loved you, they still do. Thanks for every single time you ever fell in love. Whether or not it was obvious, whether or not it lasted, and whether or not you were loved back, it changed everything. Actually, you're always loved back. It's beautiful. Let's read the next one. I heart you. If everyone really knew how much they were loved, not only from above, but by those now in their life, they'd be little hearts drawn on everything from wheelbarrows to skyscrapers to jumbo jets. And I so look forward to that day. I love this, you guys. This is like us leading in love, being able to not only love ourselves but love other people. I feel like this is more love for other people. I feel like this is, yes, everyone craves for love, but you have the decision to love or not. And when you do, love becomes the most beautiful, immaculate, like, dozen of roses, as possible. And I love this message. This last message is, if we loved, right? If there was a chance for love to be an imprint everywhere around the world, it would be so beautiful because it would be everywhere. It would literally be everywhere. So just to have this, just to have this start as our message for this month in April. You guys know April is a very, uh, I guess, spiritual time as well. You're moving and transitioning into a new season. One, two, I feel like we have the full moon on the 12th. We just hit a new moon, mind you, I think on the 29th. Full moons on the 12th. There's a lot of things happening spiritually, there's a lot of things happening astrologically. And then, of course, leading into, if you wanted to name, the holidays, I don't celebrate them, but you have Easter and then you have Mother's Day, everything comes up. So there's a lot of love, there's a lot of new energy, there's a lot of, you know, just the animals, the plants, us, all of this energy is just, you know, I don't even know how to explain. It's just this immaculate light shining down. And I love this so much. I love this message. So, this is the beginning of our message. There isn't a soul on this planet who doesn't crave your approval. If they once loved you, they still do. I heart you. Reminder. The universe is like reminding us that we are loved, that we can love. Once we love, it's there, it's imprinted, it's forever. And then, of course, the universe loves us too. All right, let's check the energy for this week and this month. So, this is the full energy. All right, Spirit, give us the energy mainly for this week leading into the rest of the month. What is the energy for the collective? So, anyone watching this video, anyone who comes to this video afterwards, the collective. Ooh, I wish y'all could see this. Can you? Ah, you can't see it. The card's like standing up right here. And one of the cards is like in my coffee cup, not in there, but right on top. That's funny. Okay, this is the one that was standing up. We have Secret Trail Ascension, and you guys know what this means. This is us moving um, onto a new path, a new journey, right? So that's our first one. And then what was next? I think this one, Crossing the Veil, Morning, Crossing the Veil. So, I mean, with this card, it's basically, and this one, it's us moving into a new journey, right? Possibly a new season, but then also acknowledging the reflection of ourselves or acknowledging us looking in the mirror and saying, this is, these are the things that I want to change. These are the things that I want to shift. So that way I'm on this new journey. Next, we have Seasons of the Witch, honoring cycles. You guys know this one, the Fortune, a lucky card. And then we have prying eyes. Someone has their eyes on you. So some of us could be getting watched by other people, right? I know some of us are, on social media and things like that. I'm not going to call this the hater card, but it might be. So let's see. We have Secret Ascension, which is the Fool. So taking a leap of faith, walking down that road without even knowing, without any expectations, but then also just saying like, this is the journey that I want to take. This is the journey that I want to move towards and move to. Sorry, y'all. My lips be so chats because I be talking a lot. But this is just taking a leap of faith, right? Knowing that on the other side, there is the light there, but we don't know what to expect when we go through that tunnel. We don't know what to expect when we're heading down this lane. This person doesn't know what to expect. I hope you guys can see this because the light is like really bright. But they're saying, you know what? I see the light right here at the end of the tunnel. So no matter what challenges, no matter what happens here, I know that I'm going to be closer and closer to that tunnel or the end of the tunnel. So I'm going to keep walking, moving forward. I'm going to read just a little bit of this. You have pulled this card because you are about to embark on a new journey that does not include everyone or everything currently. If you're asking questions about a person, you may need to ask, we're not asking about a person, but this is basically just saying that we are in preparation for goodness, right? We're in preparation to walk down a new path, a new journey. And I love that. I love that for us. Next, we have the Eight of Cups. So crossing the veil. Again, this is the same. This is moving on, to a new journey. You guys know the card where it's like someone walking away and you have all those cups that they left behind. So both of these are saying like take a leap of faith and move forward in your journey. Leave behind what doesn't resonate, the people, the places, the things that don't resonate. Now you're embarking on a new journey. It says this card represents that bittersweet moment when you know it's time for something good to come to an end, and you'll still miss what you had. I find there is a lot of pressure to move past grief rather than through it. Often, a failure to acknowledge grief may lead to doubt about the beautiful new path that is ahead of you. So don't worry about what you feel like isn't going to work. Don't worry about leaving things. And there's some things that we don't want to leave. There's y'all have to lean in. There's some things that we don't want to leave behind, and we're just like, oh man, but we know that it's for our greater good. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that sometimes it's bittersweet. You don't want to leave, that friend that you've been friends with for 30 years, but you notice that that person doesn't align with your well-being anymore. Now you can love them. That's the beginning of the reading said that you can still love, there's an imprint there. And if you really love this person, they'll forever be loved, right? But now it's you moving and embarking on into this new journey. So both of these cards coming out as that. I love that. And then we have the Season of the Witch, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So this one, honoring cycles, letting go of control, embracing the seasons in your repeated cycle. So a lot of us are transitioning and moving into a new journey, leaving things behind, but then honoring these things, honoring these cycles. Okay, I know that I have to move on, and I'm going to honor it, and I'm going to embrace this new journey. I'm not going to look behind me. I'm not going to dwell on what didn't work out. I'm not going to dwell on leaving those things behind and saying, oh man, I really don't want to leave it behind, because if you don't leave it behind, you will continuously be in the same pattern over and over and over again. You will still repeat the same things over and over and over again. That's why the old programming tries to pull us back and keeps us into this pattern, because it doesn't want us to grow. It doesn't want us to grow. It doesn't want us to move forward. You got to learn how to move forward and know that the things that are at the could be greater than the things that you feel like you're gonna leave behind. So it's kind of gambling, you know? It's kind of a gambling thing. Let's read a little bit of this. Everyone faces obstacles, even most cosmically connected. Oops, even the most cosmically connected person has trials. I tell y'all that every time. It don't matter how deep in spirituality that you are. I don't care, a monk or whatever. You will still have your challenges. It doesn't matter. It says this card guides you to learn to embrace the cycle you're in without trying to change anything. You are here for a reason. Ask yourself, how can I release control of what's detrimental in my situation? What positive elements within my control can I force? Nope. What positive elements within my control can I focus on instead? Focus on in the tunnel. Girl, focus on what's at the end of the tunnel. Not that you get we walking towards it. We walking towards the light. We walking towards the light. Okay. So I love this. I love this. We have to learn how to leave things behind. We have to learn how to go with the flow. We have to learn how not to control. And that's the thing that we do. We try to pull everything with us. That is the control. I just want to bring this with me. I'm used to this. This is what you need to let go. Let it go. Hands up, arms up, hands up. Let it go and let it flow and keep walking towards the light. Keep taking a leap of faith on yourself. Let's see why this prying eyes is here. That's interesting that the prying eyes is here because this is all good stuff. This is so let's see. I feel like the prying eyes could be like the old programming. So look at her. I feel like these two women, the one up front, right? Her ritual, she's just minding her own business. Her hair looks nice and fresh. Her little afro. She looks so cute. Her skin is vibrant. The homegirl in the back, girl, homegirl in the back, she look a little ashy, y'all. Like she don't have no color. Okay. Hair's all twisted up. I feel like that's the old programming, or that's our old self watching this newfound um, uh, version of ourself and waiting to pounce. You know, waiting to say, okay, when is she gonna be caught off guard? Because we're gonna go back to the old ways, girl. I'm about to jump right in there, and we're gonna go back to the old ways. Let's just read. It says it's the Seven of Wands. Okay, it's someone has their eyes on you, competition and defensiveness. Some of us could have haters. I don't know. Some of us could have haters. So it says, this is an excellent card for anyone wishing to be in the public eye, seeking employment, or looking for new love. You have caught the attention of someone who matters. Someone is keeping their eyes on you. Whether they have good intentions or bad is not yet clear. What is clear is that you're doing something right. Others are taking notice of you, and you will not be able to stay under the radar for much long. This also means opportunities will become more frequent, and you may find yourself contemplating prospects you haven't considered before. So I like that. Three different versions. For me, I feel like looking at this, it's the old programming, or it's your old self looking at your new self, ready to pounce, ready to say, girl, we going back over here. Come here, let me convince you. But then there's also, of course, haters, competition, people looking at what it is that you're doing. But it could be in a good way too. People watching you, you know, you're posting, you're doing your thing, and they're just like, oh, they're in awe of you and what it is that you're doing. So it depends on what you feel. And honestly, I feel that is the old programming. Um, I think that's it. Let's see. You may experience some competition or even a straight on attack. Don't dim your light, but take proper measures to protect yourself. So this is honestly, when it comes to warnings or caution in readings, girl, sorry, ah, girl, I would definitely just say keep doing you, keep doing you. Don't be distracted by, you know, competition. Don't give it that energy. You know what I mean? As long as you are staying focused, because homegirl's focused. She's focused. She ain't worried about what anybody else is doing. She don't care that somebody. She probably knows that homegirl's in the back looking at her. She don't care. She's still on her journey. She's still focused. She's going with the flow. And this is what the energy of not only this week but April is going to be. you staying in your flow, you not minding anybody else, what they think, what they say, right? Letting go and just taking a leap of faith in yourself, being able to walk towards your journey and going with the flow. I love this. And the fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune, the luckiest card in the deck, tells me that no matter what, as long as we stay consistent, as long as we stay, our what they say, eyes on the prize, as long as we are focused, nothing can take us out of that element. Nothing is taking her out of her element. Look at her eyes are down on what it is that she's doing. Whether she knows that the girl in the back is there or not. Absolutely not. There's no freaking leaves on the tree, girl. You ain't even hiding. You in plain sight, girl. No matter if you know or not, like what exactly is going on, girl. You got your eyes just right in front of you, focusing on the journey, focusing on ascending, being that higher version of yourself. Now we're going to work through a couple more oracles and then we'll get to the. I wish you guys were in here so that way if you had any questions I can ask. But what guidance do you have for us at this time? So we know to walk by faith, not by sight, to keep our eyes on the prize, even when we have people who may be watching us. We know that we are to lead in love. What else do we need to know, Spirit? Thank you. What else do we need to know, please, for the collective? Whoever's watching this video, thank you. Silence. Silent retreat. Take time to yourself, guys. Silence is amazing. That is when you hear your inner call. That is when you hear whatever it is that you need to hear, the messages. So make sure that you're taking time to chill, okay, in silence. We have metaverse, which metaverse? This has a lot to do with creation. Let's get one more and then we'll go into the tarot. What else, Spirit? What's the other message that you have for us at this time? Thank you for coming in, whoever's watching. I see one person. Thank you. Okay, we got two. Divine Feminine, the Void. Divine Feminine, the Void. And then we have Creation Solo Magic. Girl, this is all about creating. Look at these three. This is all about creating. This is all about you. We come from a void, right? We come from the darkness, right? Everything is birthed in the dark. May it be an idea, may it be a person, an animal, whatever. A plant. Plant starts in the soil. We start in the womb. We start in the dark, right? In that void. And then we create. We are the aura, we are the light. That's when the light begins to, even with an idea. If I have a little idea up here, right? It begins to ruminate, da, 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 and then I take action. So this is all about one thing. Being the creator, from the void or the darkness. It's all about you. Everything that is birthed alone. Did you guys realize that? When we're in our mother's womb, even though she's there, right? We're part of her, we're still alone. We're alone in that liquid, in that oil. For my plant, it was alone underneath the soil, and then it came out into the light. Again, for the idea, it's born in the dark, and then it comes out in the light. And this is all about, even with the silent retreat, this is all about taking your time to go within yourself and having that silent time and allowing things to ruminate, allowing these things to be these seeds that are planted within you to go with a certain flow and come out into the light. But right now, it's all about us. It's all about what it is that we are creating in that silent space. I love this, starting with love and then leading to, this new journey and taking a leap of faith and going with the flow. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Also, um, oh, that's the trash can people. Um, y'all know we just had the solar eclipse. Hey, KK, Rising Sunny. You know, we just had the solar eclipse, and in the solar eclipse, it was all about getting that quiet time, the relaxing time, putting us in this creative state. Anything that you wrote down, anything that you manifested for this season, that was a time for silence. That was a time for to go in and reflect. So if you haven't done that, now's the greatest time. Now is a good time to do that, to go within, of course, and then create, ruminate, get those things lit, light the fire until the pot starts boiling over. Um, I feel like I want to look underneath as well. What's underneath? Yes, autonomy, the chariot. Can y'all see it? Now's the time to move forward. Which way we going? Which way we going? We going left or we going right? Now's the time to choose. Now that these things have, now that you've taken time in silence, and if you haven't, do it, to start to create and start to ruminate those ideas that you have that are within yourself, that birthing spot, the void, things starting off in the dark, and then you putting in, mixing in whatever herbs, whatever magic that you have, and then coming out, that idea coming out, that energy coming out, that creation being, that creation being seen after being in the dark. I love that. I love that message. Okay, let's see what challenges that will arise in April for us. So, and it's okay. Challenges are good, right? Challenges are meant to make us greater. So, as a collective, what challenges we experience for the month of April? Are there any challenges? If so, what challenges will we? Some of you guys are either going to have a breakup or take an action towards. Because I just seen the Ace of Swords. I saw the Three of Swords as well. So some of you guys could either be taking action to either mend a breakup or taking the action to break up. Let's look more into it. I'm gonna look into love after we get our regular stuff. So what challenges will we face for the month of April 2025 as a collective? Okay. And this is why, like, I feel all of my readings kind of go in order with the energy, and it makes sense. Sometimes they repeat themselves, and this totally makes sense. So we have the magician, and the magician in reverse is the lack of creativity. Complete the ending. Good morning, life is all over the place. I know. Good, my love. Oh, good, my love life is all over the place. Yeah. So we'll look into that. That'll be like the final thing that we look into. But right now, it says that there's a lack of creativity, right? Let's put all the other ones together. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and then we also have the High Priestess. So I feel like our challenge is us lacking the creativity, or I guess not seeing that we have the tools that we need to create. When it comes to the Queen of Pentacles, is patient, she's kind, she's nurturing. She has her shit together because she takes her time and she analyzes certain things. And this has to do with our intuition. So just make sure that you guys are pulling in this energy. Make sure that you are using your intuition, but having patience to do so. Patiently using your intuition or connecting on a spiritual way, because right now we're lacking in creativity. And that's why the other cards were like, hey, there's patience, things need to ruminate, it's a little baby, it's things are in the dark before they come to the light. So we need to connect more with our intuition. We need to connect more with the patience in creation. Okay, we also have the Eight of Cups. So some of us are going to have a hard time sticking to following that new journey or being in alignment with our journey. Again, programming tries to pull us back. We try to control everything, which then spirit or the universe or God, whoever, whatever it is you call it, they push us back into the situation. Oh, okay, you didn't learn. You're not going with the flow. You're not heading forward. You're not keeping your eyes on the prize. Okay, you want to go back? Well, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to her or him then. Let's put it right on their lap and see what they're going to do. Okay. And I feel like with this Page of Cups, this is about missed opportunity or even you going back to what you feel like, oh, I need to go back to this. I need to revisit it. And it's going to get you off the path that you want. Do you understand? So this is one thing that I noticed that is a struggle, especially when I'm doing a lot of you guys' readings. You guys are button, bam, bam, bam on this one thing instead of actually, and no judgment, but instead of actually, and I've done this before myself, saying the reason why this thing keeps coming up or why I'm having a hard time releasing myself is because maybe I don't need to be there. Maybe this needs to change. Maybe I need to do different. Maybe if I took a different avenue, I won't have to keep coming back to this thing over and over and over. And this is what this is saying. This is saying that sometimes we don't have the patience to use the tools or even for us to use our intuition, and in understanding that some of these things that we're being brought to, we need to walk away from. Some of these things that keep coming back up as a pattern over and over and over has not changed, and it's not happening the way that I want it because I'm supposed to do something else. I'm supposed to do something different. Maybe this relationship, I keep bumping heads with this person over and over, and I haven't figured it out because I'm really not supposed to be with that person. But I keep trying to force it. I keep trying to go back to say, okay, what can I do? Okay, instead of actually leaving it behind. That's, y'all, let me see what's on the bottom. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles. So it's like we're not looking at things as a whole. We're not looking at things to say, okay, this is the subject that I've been experiencing over and over, and the same outcome keeps happening. And I'm tired of hitting my head, and I'm tired of and this is in all things, career, this is in your self-development, this is in love, this is in all things here, because it's everything that you want. No wish fulfillment. You're not being fulfilled because you keep going back and you keep missing the opportunity to move in a different direction. You're not using your intuition, you're not being patient, you're not going with the flow and actually analyzing what needs to be analyzed. These cards said that we are the creator. These cards said that things start in the dark and then they get ruminated, right? Solo magic, us creating and manifesting the things that we want. We're not being patient. We're not seeing things at a different perspective. I want to pull 3 more. We're in the mindset of lack, and we don't understand that right now our courage is needed, our harmony is needed. So we're out of balance. These are the challenges that we have. Out of balance and out of whack with what could be because we're in a lack mindset. We're in a lack mindset. We have let our guard down. We have let our defenses down. That's the challenge. We let our defenses down. We're not being, patient enough or actually asking for discernment. Ask for discernment, especially with the things that you feel like you keep returning to over and over and over, and you just keep bumping your head. I'm asking for discernment at this time, so that way I'm seeing things the way that I need to see them. So that way I can, I can illuminate what is the issue. Is it me? Is it them? Is it the situation? Then I need to move forward. Anything else? 2 more. We got the Hermit with the 2 of Swords. We had the, what do we have? Sorry. We had Silent Retreat. So these are 2 cards that tells us to go within. Go within. This is about introspection. This is about this is about putting the phone down, saying on Facebook, actually going within and realizing what it is that needs most of our attention. Silent Retreat and the Hermit here. And the more that you go in, the more that you honor your intuition, the more that you can check in and say, Spirit, okay, where is it that I need to be? Because right now we're not getting what we want because we're lacking creativity, and we're lacking the willpower to move on from things that don't serve us anymore. So those are the challenges. Those are the challenges. Um, so you said silence is what we need. To retreat is what we need. Um, are there any opportunities coming to us then? Let's see on a are there any opportunities coming towards the collective? And that may be money, career, love. Are there any opportunities coming towards us? Tell us how good it gets, how good it can get. Son, how good can it get? Tell us how good it can get as a collective. How good does it get? What's the opportunities for 2020, girl, April 2025? How good can it get? Mm, what? How good can it get? You gonna give me the devil on the bottom? What? Okay, we got the Two of Swords, the Magician, and the Page of Wands. It all depends on us. It all depends on our curiosity for change. Again, right now we are lacking creativity. We need to get into that. We need to open up into that energy of creating and seeing what can be, to be curious for change and transformation. And I think that we are. We're wanting to move forward in a certain way, but again, we're holding on to things and not allowing, to move on forward. We're trying to go back to fix things. We're bumping our heads on the same things over and over again. We have the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Whoa, okay. So looks like my money is right, maybe. But there are other things that we are harnessing on. And all this is love. This is the lack of fulfillment here. This is the lack of fulfillment in love. So I want to leave these out because we're about to lead into our into love. But what? We're being tempted. We're being pulled back. We're being tempted. Even though we have this curious mind and we want to know how good it gets and we want to transform and all those things, there's one thing that we are not. There's one thing we are struggling in, okay? It can get as good as this with that Sun, and then also with King of Pentacles. Our money can be right. Everything could be working out. But I feel like we're holding on to love. Let's see what's under the devil. That's the struggle, right? What's the trigger? The Two of Pentacles, yeah, not being in alignment, being pulled back into the old programming, or even being pulled back into old ways, being triggered. Hierophant, yeah, we're not checking our intuition. It's like we're building this. Girl, love is always the issue. Let's look into it. Love relationships. We're still in the Venus retrograde, so maybe that's why. My audio is going in and out. No, I'm on my laptop, so let me know if it gets better. Definitely being tempted. Yeah. So let's look. Where are my other cards? Oh, I'm just on my laptop, so I don't know. I'm on YouTube. Well, streaming through YouTube. So maybe I don't know. Maybe that's it. So tell me about the Nine of Swords upright and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So it looks like there is some worry, stress. This can also be grieving. So I don't know if some of you guys had someone who passed away. Um, and then we have the Knight of Cups. So the opportunity of fulfillment is lost. And that is what's bringing the overwhelming and the stress. KK, how is it now, honey? Tell us about the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Cups. What do we need to know? Can you clarify? Okay, thank you. Clarify the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Reverse. Can you clarify? Yeah. It's love, baby. That is always our issue, I feel like. So we have the star here. healing ourselves, balancing ourselves, and everything around us. This is when our chakras need to be aligned, or are aligned. Harmony. We have the Page of Cups, the lover boy here. Someone who, is curious about love, and I call him the little young man that be in love, you know, writing love notes and doing all those things. But for some reason, the immature the maturity isn't there yet. You know what I mean? And then we have the Emperor in reverse, which is the leader. So lack of leader. When it comes to this, love is what we're worried about. And we're not focused on our healing. We're focused on trying to heal, that situation that might not be needing to be situated. Do you get what I'm saying? We have the Ace of Wands on the bottom and the Strength. Yeah. And then the Seven of Wands. It's like, all right, y'all. Hopefully the video starts where we ended because my whole laptop crashed. And remember, y'all, we're still in the Mercury retrograde. So I wasn't even upset. I wasn't even upset. I left the cards where they needed to lay, and I said, let me take my time. So, again, I feel like some of you guys, and we're still finishing up the love, okay? Some of you guys may have broken up or departed from your person here. The love offer is unfulfilled. And so you're stressed out or overwhelmed about it. You're a little sad. You're a little more than sad. It's like a grieving here. Okay. And I feel it's because you are lacking leadership when it comes to love, when it comes to your maturity in love. Remember, I said we're curious. It's like we're curious. We're curious to be fulfilled. We're curious with love. We're the lover boy, but we're not thinking with our mind's eye, right? We're not thinking. We're not being the leader that we need for ourselves. It's almost like we're the little boy or little girl, whatever you want to call yourself here. And so there's still some healing that needs to happen. There's still some healing that needs to be presented when it comes to love, when it comes to not being fulfilled wholly in love. So let's get into the love. Let's get into love. So, like I said, some of y'all are going to be breaking up, or some of you guys, love is just going to be a sensitive spot, if that makes sense. Love is going to be a sensitive spot for you this month. Okay, Spirit. So for the collective in relationships and love, what do we need to know? For the collective in relationships and love, what do we need to know? Right. You want me to pull a couple of these first? Like I said, hopefully it just stopped me and then we just kept going, because let me know if you're still here. If you're here, KK, let me know. If anybody's here, let me know. Let me know if I'm good. Okay. So these are my cards, guys. I designed my own tarot deck. If you guys know already, I had written them down, but now I actually got them printed out. So this is the first edition of the Celestial Truth Oracle deck made by me. And there's going to be a second version that you can actually put together with this one to make a more larger deck. But that one's going to be more of the loved ones. This one is like basic, thank you. This is like basic, phrases and things like that. So let's see what it gives us in love. I'm hearing that one song, Fire and Desire. Fire and desire, baby. If you know, you know. Let's see what we got. We got first card, Leo energy. Okay, so you could be dealing with a fire sign. Either you're a little Leo or dealing with a fire sign. I honestly feel like that, again, passion, drama, right? Passion and drama here. I think we got the devil too earlier. So definitely love is like a trigger for some of us. It's going to be triggered for some of us this month. We have Gemini, communication, curiosity, collaboration. We have move on, toxic, move on. That's what I said when we got the devil too. So again, a lot of us are not understanding that in our relationships, it might be time to cut it, cut it, cut it. But we don't want, we're not want trying to move forward. We're not trying to move forward. So this is why love is a certain topic that keeps coming back over and over and over until we knock our heads so many times and we're just like, okay, already, we get it. We're moving on. Vacation, you need a break. It's toxic. You need a break. Maybe communication has been, an issue in your relationships. Again, we're in the Mercury retrograde, we're in the Venus retrograde. So a lot of relationships are being pulled, every which way. So it's been a little dramatic. It's been, I feel like lack of communication or communication is needed. Right now, you need a break. If things are getting toxic, if you and your spouse are bumping heads over and over, y'all might need a little bit of a break. And I will tell you this, a break is good. Like have that conversation like, hey, you know what? Let's take a little break. Let's take a little reset. Now, some people are not mature enough to be like, okay, well, let's do it. Some people might be like, what you mean? You trying to break up with me? Da, 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 da. Listen, watch and listen. If you don't have a partner that can say, you know what, babe, you're right. Maybe we need to take a break. Let's just take some time to get back to us, then that person may be a little toxic, All right. We have Cancer energy, intuitive, emotional, and nurturer. Cancers kind of go with the flow. Cancers love, man. I'm a Cancer rising, so Cancers love, and they want to be loved and all of these things. Let's see what's with it. Patience. Your triggers are teaching you patience. So again, if you've been being triggered in your relationship, things have gotten a little toxic, things got a little cutthroat. There might be y'all need a little break. Y'all need a little rest. Okay. And that's okay because things are getting a little dramatic. Things are getting a little, pulled left and right. Communication is off. And that's important in a relationship, right? It's important for people to communicate. What else in love, please, for the collective? What else needs to be highlighted in love for the collective, please? The Page of Swords in the present energy. You're wanting this relationship to work out. You're very ambitious about it. Yeah, I like this. The Devil in reverse. Okay. The Nine of Swords in reverse. Someone needs to understand and realize that they are not to blame. Someone needs to understand and realize that you're only being triggered because you're taking blame or because you're feeling like, this person's pointing fingers at you. I'm hearing don't allow, yes, take accountability, right, for your actions, but don't all of a sudden be like, yeah, it's my fault, it's me, when it could be both of you guys. Release the trigger of feeling like it's your fault. Release that toxic energy. And okay, maybe it's something that I did. No, look at the other person too. Shit. We have the Ace of Cups, the Five of Wands, exactly, and the Queen of Wands with the Ten of Wands in reverse. Y'all need a break. Whoever this is for, y'all might need just a little tiny little break. And I know some of y'all are married. Pulling back and, babe, I just need some space right now. Babe, let's get our space. I'm gonna go to my mom's house for a moment. We can come back and we can, rekindle or whatever, bring it back. We have the Ace of Cups, so the release of emotions or even the lack of emotions here, the Five of Wands. So yeah, releasing this hectic, we got Cancer too, so releasing this hectic type of emotional energy will put you back into a space to be more motivated about your relationship, to be more motivated about, just standing up for yourself as well. Ten of Wands. So there needs to be some type of barrier or some type of boundary presented in love in this relationship. We have the Chariot. So the Tower as well. This is a pattern that you guys continuously go through. This is a pattern that you continuously go through. there's no harmony or no balance within this relationship, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting. You're trying everything out, but you guys have not taken a break yet. That needs to happen. Y'all have not sat back and analyzed your relationship and said, hey, let's take a minute, let's take a break. We keep bumping heads over and over and over again. We got to figure out really what is going on. What is going on? Tell us the outcome in love. What's the potential outcome for the collective or whoever needs to hear this at this time? What's the potential outcome in love for the collective? What's the potential outcome in love for the collective? Hold on. We have the Four of Swords. That's what I said. A break is needed, y'all. This is taking rest or taking a break after, all the confusion, after the whole, war. Taking a break. Queen of Swords here. Okay. And the King of Cups. Got it. Then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Two of Wands underneath. Five of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So the outcome is getting back to a place of balance. That's the outcome. Getting back to if you guys go ahead and take this rest and take this break, could be a Cancer energy here, Scorpio energy here as well. Just fire energy, fire and water. Some people in these relationships are counter, if that makes sense. One of you might be more patient, water, flowy. The other person might be fiery, airy, something along the lines of that, where it's almost as if you guys don't match, but you do. You know what I mean? Someone with more flowy energy, someone with more fire energy, or likes to be in the limelight and out. And like, for example, I'll give you Gemini and Leo, something like that. Cancer and Scorpio. That's the mix of this relationship. And this is why y'all need just a little bit of a break, because you guys keep bumping heads. It's like the water going against the fire, and it's just, why the Queen of Wands in reverse? That's the last part that we're ending with. Someone's going to have to step down. Someone's too fiery. Someone's too, y'all got to match energy. Not match energies, but oops. Hold on, y'all. Not match energies, but finding balance. Someone needs to back up just a little bit, because their energy is way too much. Queen of Wands, please. Why the Queen of Wands? Why the Queen of Wands? Sorry, y'all. There's a little gnat here. My plants collect gnats. I know I'm not overwatering them, so I don't know what's going on. Why the Queen of Wands, please? Six of Cups here. Returning to balance. The Emperor. Yeah. Someone's energy is a lot. Someone is more of the seen person, or more of the, and I'm not going to say the problem, they just need to fall back just a little bit, so that way their partner and their energy matches a little bit more. This is nostalgia, getting back to balance, getting back to harmony. Maybe an apology is needed, because someone needs to just fall back in their leadership. It's like they're fire energy. They're too fiery. You can't be too fiery towards a Cancer. Why am I leaning in like that? You can't be too fiery. There has to be some type of balance. Yeah, and once y'all do that, everything will be on the up and up. Everything will lead to love, of course. Everything will be balanced out. And honestly, I feel like, again, because of this Mercury retrograde, because of this Venus in retrograde, a lot of relationships, the communication is being kind of misconstrued. Someone's taking it too personally. Someone's being too aggressive in their ways. Not saying for you to change yourself, but sometimes you got to step back a little bit and look at yourself. So a break is needed, a vacation is needed as far as relationships, love, things like that, until this energy gets back to a flow. And that won't be until after April 14th, y'all. That's when Venus will go direct, and Mercury will go direct again. A couple more weeks, you guys, okay? Couple more weeks. All right. Can you give us guidance in love? Guidance. Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so we got 2 more weeks, y'all, honestly. So hold on to your britches. Guidance in love for the collective. What's the final message for love? Look what came out. We got the Star, the Fool, 9 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 6 of Cups in reverse, and the 5 of Cups in reverse. Now is the time for healing. Now is the time for taking a leap of faith in your healing, right? Also, looking at yourself. We have the 9 of Wands here. I know it's like this blame, but taking a leap of faith or healing, what's to blame? Or you just looking at yourself. It's more about inner reflection. We have the 2 of Wands, 6 of Cups in reverse, and the 5 of Cups in the upright. Stop. Refrain from putting your energy into what is not working. If it's not working, it's time to move on from it. If it's not working, it's time to move on from it. If you're sitting there trying to figure out what's going to be the best move for you and your spouse in your relationship, or whoever it is that you're in a relationship with, this is for someone who's in a relationship. It's time for you to release what doesn't serve you guys and stop going back to the past and bumping heads over and over. Someone keeps going back to, well, you should have did this. I told you this is the problem. No. Look at yourself. Take accountability for yourself. Yeah, everything's going to be okay. You just need to take accountability. Some things need to be let go. Some things need to be reanalyzed, but not holding that energy. It's time to move forward from that energy. Yes, acknowledge, analyze, and then say, okay, now we're going to move forward. If you're single, I feel like you need to take a leap of faith on your healing and stop blaming yourself for being single. Stop blaming yourself for not being in a relationship. It's okay. There's still some healing that you have to do. There's still a direction. There's something that is coming toward you, but you have to make sure that you're healed. You have to make sure that you are open to just being fun and youthful and of course looking at yourself. There's if you're single, I feel like there's someone from the past, there's an ex that you keep going back to. Don't go back to that person. That person is done and over with that person. You got to look forward. And this message was all about looking forward and ascending to the new journey, or the journey that is meant for you. To look at the end of the road and say, I know it's coming. I know it's there. There will be challenges, but I know I can get through them. What else for the singles? What do you get for the singles? Singles in love for the collective. What message do you have for the singles? Love for the collective. The singles. Again, same thing. Stop going backwards. 6 of Cups. You need to release the past. You need to release your ex. You need to release your ex. For some reason, you're not using your intuition. You're not using your intuition when it comes to the action. You keep trying to return to this person, or this person keeps trying to return to you, and it doesn't need to happen. You keep bumping your head over and over and over again. Yeah. Release the pattern. Dang it. Is it? There we go. Release the pattern. Because you're sitting under a tree and saying, well, if he comes back to me, then it's meant to be. The spirit is testing you. Spirit is testing you. Yeah, spirit is testing you. They're like, that's it. Spirit is testing you. All right, let's get our final message. Let's go with the. Hey, Annie. Hi. Let's get our final message, because I don't want my laptop to go out again. Maybe I was on too long earlier. I don't know. Love you. Have a great day. Final message for the collective. I feel like I want to look into money and finances, but I think I'm going to hold off on that one. I want it to be another video, because I feel like relationships, love is like the main thing right now. I don't feel like money is. I don't feel like any of us feel like we're in lack. Um, most of our attention is going on love. And I get it because of the Venus is in retrograde. We have paths unknown. How we start with girl, how we start with secret trail, ascension, and now we're going into paths unknown. This is the same type of meaning. This is the same, y'all. This is some of us are worried about the unknown path or things, how things are going to work out. You don't need to worry about that. You're going to get to the end of the road when the end of the road comes. You're going to get to that light when it comes. All you got to do is just go with the flow. Even though we're going to have challenges, even though there's going to be things that are brought to our attention and brought to light, we just need to learn from those things. That's it. We have the exactly. We have the chess game. It's all about strategy. It's all about the direction that you take. It's all about you learning. When you play chess, when you play checkers, any type of game that is in strategy, you play and you might lose a couple times, but you start to pick up this wisdom. I know not to move there next time. I know not to. I got a strategy. Okay, I see what the other player's working with. Let me in my head create this strategy so that way I know what direction to take, what direction not to take. Right now, you're at right now you're so you don't know which way it's gonna go. If I go down this way, how's it gonna work out? If I go down this way, how's it gonna work out? All you gotta do is just take a leap of faith and just go and do boo boo. Okay, go and do, but then also be strategic. Be strategic. Have your own plan. Have your, you know what? If this comes about, boom, I can do this. If that comes out, boom, I can do that. Either way, I'm going to continue to be open. I'm going to continue to understand that you, to get to in either path that I take, to get to the outcome, I'm gonna have to keep going and push through it. But I can always create not the rules, but I can all yeah, you can create the rules. You can do whatever, however it is that you want to do. Yes, the master artist, you are the creator. It can happen the way that you want it to. You just need to focus on the end of the path, getting there. I like that here. I love that. And I love y'all. And I hope that this resonated with somebody. Like, let me know, boo. Let me know if it did. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I'm sorry that the live paused. It was weird, but I'm glad that I finished it. I'll see you guys on the live. Bye.